Hey friends, so I just wanted to actually record a video while I'm having my next panic attack. And I want to, speak from it, which I've never done before. And I need to find ways to release because I've been dealing with this for almost 3 years. And I feel like it's never going to end until I confront it and do something, because everything I'm doing is just like not working. The light of the camera looks funny. Okay. So, there we go, light. Showing my wrinkles. So I wanted to speak from it by expressing what I feel. And it feels like, well, there's two types of people. There's people who are day-to-day people, and there's people like me, empath, healer, dance teacher, artist, innovator, mathematician, alchemist, and so 9D clairvoyant, channeler, prophet, seer, psychic. So all those things, layers that fall under what I just said, they all have energy. They all have connections to something. And so whenever I feel the panic, it's like all of those are happening at one time and fighting over which gift, we want to go first. No, I want to go first. No, I want to go first. So apparently, I guess my mind was just too clear and I get too grounded. And once I get grounded, this happens. That's why I always tell people I don't like to ground. What I feel is like, it's like my heart is beating strong, like it usually does in my dance class. But then it feels like my energy is lifting out and it wants to like come out of my chest. So a lot of times I catch myself having to, and then it starts over again, and I have to like find ways to bring myself down. So this just sucks. It sucks because when I try to express, treatment temporarily, they said no. And wine doesn't help. Breathing techniques almost help. Like I was doing the one yesterday. They say 30 times to empty the CO2 out of your lungs, which works, but then like because my hormone production, there's a laundry going on in the background. That's another thing, is that you feel like your energy is creating a cyclonic field of responses, like someone's in laundry room. Behind this wall, or behind the TV, is a garage. Someone's cleaning out their garage. Manager's wife, she's sweeping outside. And so, psychologically, yeah, I guess you could say it's a little paranoia because your energy is a lot. But then you start to think, oh, well, these are all non-awakened people who are just trying to figure out, maybe they picked up on energy and are walking to the energy ley lines, but not really certain why at this time. And so that's why I always feel a great deal of responsibility. That's how I know I got to do better. I have to step up and do these gifts justice. I can't just sit here and feel remorse and feel fear. Yawn is a good thing. The melatonin starting to work. Um, yeah, I never spoke out from my anxiety because usually my anxiety associates with, I guess, whatever you trapped or whatever you kept in for such a long time. And I guess now is the birthing period in our energy consciousness, in our. Everyone likes to say higher selves, but Dolores Cannon always said there's one higher self. There's only one. It's Source. Source is higher self. Because if we're all one, then there are no many pieces up there. What else do I want to share with everybody? I'm starting to wind down. I never spoke from this before. I guess what really triggered this was 3 years ago. I trusted someone that I cared about and liked, and I guess it's really stupid, but basically one of my beverages was laced, and it had acid or some type of liquid, LSD or something, and she's always interrupting me. And so I guess what happened, that moment I put my phone number on Facebook, and I said out loud, I posted, can someone call me? Because at that time I thought I was freaking out. I was seeing dinosaurs, and I was seeing elves and mushrooms growing out of the ground that were smiley faces. I was totally hallucinating. It was a really horrible, I had a bad trip. You know, those people go to festivals and they have good trips. Well, I had a bad trip. And I guess because I thought the worst, I thought of military helicopters and spy agents surrounding my car. I totally had the worst. I guess you play out your worst case scenario. And I think when I saw the shadows and the shadow people moving at that time, I literally just fainted. Because your heart's going so fast and there's no one to talk you out of it. You feel like you're going to go to prison. Life is over. There's no future for you. You wasted your life. But the only one person who called me was my cousin Chris. Thank you, Chris. I love you. Chris was able to say, look, girl, pull your hair back. You're fine. He identified that I was on an acid trip and a DMT experience that someone inconsequently imposed on me. And what's interesting was I could have gone to the authorities and the police and reported the person, but I felt forgiveness was better and Facebook stalking was better. So I've became close to the person and just watched them. And I policed their, because I think people need to have sometimes a guilty conscience by knowing those who they hurt are right there behind you. So that was 2 Octobers ago. 2 Octobers ago? I think so, yeah. No, that was 2 Christmas Eves ago. Because I remember Christmas Eve very well, October 2017. Everybody was so mad about politics. And then that week, was also my bestie's birthday, which was on the 17th, and he passed away the year before that. So there are two scenarios that I was carrying in terms of panic disorder. And so, yeah, that was the epicenter of the situation. It was grief, and it was being afraid of my inner power. So every time my inner power is knocking and wanting to expand out of my body, that's when it comes on. And I guess there's no way to explain it or how to diagnose it clinically. But every time when people, I think they assume, Aaron, well, what are you doing, to cause that on your body? And it's like, well, if you've had an outer body experience, you've went through the psychosis scenario. And psychosis is when you are able to go in between realms, realities, or whatnot. I don't know if this makes any sense. For some people, they probably won't get it. But it's almost as like when you, for people who don't know, basically in the truth community, in the spiritual community, we call that a veil. So when the veil is over the eyes can only see what's on the inside of the veil. And when you remove the veil, you hear those things going on around me. When you remove that veil, then the eyes can see what's beyond. So that's the whole metaphor of that. So anyway, I'll probably go for a walk at the beach, do some breathing exercises again, and I don't know. But I want to document this and share it with everybody because it sucks and it happens to everybody. And I know there's like a energy that's coming in, and this energy is strong and not too, it's very heavy. But as the energy shifts are coming in, we're gonna have to start adjusting, applying, and integrating with it, because when we don't integrate, it can get worse, or we'll lose our minds. The goal is not to lose it. Anyway, this video is going to be constantly interrupted because everybody's doing stuff around. But I love you guys. Thank you for paying attention, listening. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't feel bad. I should ding my sound bowl. And I also have a Tylenol PM, so I'll probably take half of a Tylenol PM because I had 2 classes today. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later.